Hey everyone, welcome back today. I want to talk about something that might hit a little close to home, especially if you're in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, or if you have aging parents you care about. Let's be honest, getting older is part of life. None of us can stop time, but have you ever noticed something strange? Some people in their 70s look amazing, rosy cheeks, tons of energy, sharp as a tack, and then you have others, maybe the same age, maybe even younger, who just seem to fade. Their back hunches, their eyes get cloudy, their memory slips. You can almost feel the weight of age on them. Whenever people see that kind of contrast, they always ask why, what's the real difference? A lot of folks say, oh, they must eat better or they take more supplements. Some say they just exercise more. Others swear it's about hygiene. They shower every day, stay clean, keep their metabolism up. So we try everything. Some people force themselves to walk 10,000 steps a day, even when their knees hurt. Some are really focused on hygiene. They worry about old person smell and shower every single day, scrubbing until their skin turns red. And some spend half their retirement check on vitamins and supplements. But here's the truth I've learned after practicing medicine for over a decade. If you rank the things that actually speed up aging, the things you just thought of, showering less, eating poorly, honestly, they don't even make the top three. Even something most people worry about, how often you bathe at best, it's number three. So what's number one? What's the biggest, sneakiest, most overlooked driver of aging? The one that 90% of people completely miss today. I want to pull back the curtain on that. Not just for wrinkles or looking young, but for the kind of aging that affects whether we can live with dignity, joy, and good health in our later years. Before we dive in, if you care about your health or your family's health, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We share things here that you don't always hear in mainstream media, real honest health conversations. If this speaks to you, leave a comment with the number one. It really helps more people find these videos, and I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. All right, let's start with something almost everyone argues about, bathing. I bring this up not because it's the biggest deal, but because I see it causing so much tension between parents and adult kids. It's become a real burden for many older folks. It's not just about hygiene anymore. It's become a source of conflict across generations. Have you ever had this happen? Your son or daughter comes home, takes one step inside, sniffs just a little, frowns, and goes, "Mom, Dad, when's the last time you showered?" The room smells. I've told you, as we get older, hygiene matters more. Your metabolism is slower. If you don't shower, bacteria builds up on your skin. You'll get sick. Please go wash up and you feel hurt. Even angry, you think, I'm not dirty. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't even sweat. I don't have a physical job. I feel perfectly clean. And honestly, showering just wears me out. Why can't my kids understand that? Or maybe you're the one pushing yourself. You look in the mirror, see the years showing on your face, and you feel anxious. You want to perk yourself up. So you turn showering into a ritual against aging. You take a hot shower, scrub your skin red, scrub off the dirt, and tell yourself you're speeding up your metabolism. Some folks even shower every single day in winter, and if they skip one day, they feel old and dirty. But today, let me set the record straight medically and physiologically. Let me defend bathing for a moment. Why do so many people think bathing and aging are closely linked? Because in our traditional common sense view, bathing equals hygiene, hygiene equals civilization, and civilization equals a spirited appearance. And yes, keeping your skin clean, washing off sweat and grime is important for preventing bacterial growth and infection, but equating how often you shower with how fast you age and thinking that showering more slows down aging, that is a huge misunderstanding, one that can actually hurt you. Let's start with your skin. The structure of an older adult skin is completely different from the skin of someone in their 20s or 30s. When you were young, you were an oil field, your hormones were high, your sebaceous glands were working overtime. A young person skips one shower and their hair looks like a French fry. They skip washing their face for a day and their nose is shiny with oil. For them, showering every day makes sense. Too much oil clogs pores and causes breakouts. But as we age, our hormone levels drop, our sebaceous glands shrink and retire, your skin goes from an oil field to dry, parched land. Have you ever noticed white, flaky skin on your shins or your back? Looks almost like fish scales. You take off your leggings and it snows all over the floor. That's not dirt, that's your skin screaming that it's extremely dry and lacking oil on the very surface of your skin, invisible to the eye. There's a thin, precious layer called the lipid barrier. It's made from that tiny bit of oil and sweat your skin still produces, and I want you to love that layer. Please don't hate it. It's your skin's most important and strongest protective shield. Think of it like plastic wrap over the ground. On one hand, it keeps out bacteria and viruses. On the other hand, it locks moisture inside your skin so it doesn't evaporate. If you shower every single day using harsh bar soap or medicated soap, scrubbing hard with a rough washcloth, trying to see some dead skin come off, what happens? You personally with your own hands scrub away that already thin protective layer. It's like peeling the bark off a tree. Without that oil to protect you, the water inside your skin evaporates without anything stopping it. Your skin barrier completely collapses, and then the problems start. The most direct result: itching. There's a real medical condition called senile pruritus or winter eczema. In winter, so many older adults feel this prickly, relentless itch all over their back, their legs. You can't sit still during the day. You can't sleep at night. The more you itch, the more you scratch. The more you scratch, the more you break skin, the more you risk infection. Think about it: if you're showering too often and it makes you itch all over, and then you can't sleep at night because of the itching does that slow down aging or speed it up. And on top of that, chronic scratching and skin inflammation keeps your body in a low-grade inflammatory state, wearing down your immune system. So what you think is washing away aging is actually washing away your protection, stirring up inflammation and aging you faster. But there's something even more important. For many older adults with chronic conditions, high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, frequent showers, or the wrong way of showering can actually become a high-risk activity. An extreme sport. Honestly, I'm not trying to scare you, but in the emergency room, the bathroom is one of the most common places for accidents at home. Some people even call it the gate to the emergency room for older adults. Think about the bathroom environment: small space, sometimes poorly ventilated, slippery floor, high temperature, lots of steam, and relatively low oxygen in that environment. An older adult's more fragile cardiovascular system can face real challenges. First, risk heat shock and reduced blood flow to the brain. A lot of people love hot showers, feels good, right? But when water temperature is too high, your blood vessels dilate quickly, blood rushes to your skin, suddenly your brain and heart get less blood. Add in the stuffy steamy air and lower oxygen, and many older adults start feeling chest tightness, shortness of breath, dizziness, and blurry vision. If you bend down suddenly to pick something up or stand up too fast, your brain briefly loses blood supply and you could pass out and fall. Second risk: falls. Like we said, bones get more brittle with age. A fall in the bathroom is no joke. It could be a hip fracture. It could be a head injury for an older adult. One fracture often leads to being bedridden, and then complications start piling up. That can begin a very difficult decline. Third risk: heart attack or stroke caused by temperature shock, especially in winter. The bathroom is hot like summer. The hallway outside is cold like winter. You finish your shower, your body is still wet and warm. You open the door, cold air hits you, and your blood vessels constrict instantly. Your blood pressure spikes. If there's plaque in your arteries, it can crack. If your blood vessels are a little fragile, they can even rupture. I've seen too many cases in the ER. An older adult has been in the bathroom too long. Family calls out, no answer. They break the door open and find that person collapsed on the floor. And the family member says to me through tears, I just thought he hadn't showered in a few days. I told him to go take one. How did this happen? Every time I hear that, my heart just breaks. So let me tell you very clearly, from a medical standpoint, for middle-aged and older adults, especially those over 70 or those with high blood pressure, heart disease, or diabetes, please be a little lazy about showering. Really keep up with basic cleanliness. In summer, you sweat more, so a quick rinse is fine. Focus on armpits and groin, the areas that trap bacteria. Just let water run over the rest. In winter, your sweat glands are barely working. You are not as dirty as you think. Once or twice a week is plenty. For older adults, 85, 90, even older, a full bath every 2 weeks, plus a sponge bath and washing private areas every night is more than enough. Really, that's sufficient. Bathing affects comfort, sure, but it is not the main reason you age fast or slow. So how do you shower in a way that's smart and safe? Let me give you some practical tips. First, control water temperature and time. Don't make it hot. Keep it warm around body temperature, about 98 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. And don't stay in too long. A shower should be 10 to 15 minutes. A bath, no more than 20 minutes. Longer than that, and the steam can lower your oxygen. Second, choose the right products. Throw away that sulfur soap, medicated soap, and strong alkaline soap. Replace them with a gentle, moisturizing body wash. Even baby wash. If your skin is extremely dry, you can just use water and only use body wash on the key areas. Third, get rid of the scrub towel. Stop trying to see dead skin come off. That stuff you're scrubbing off is mostly your own stratum corneum, the outer layer that protects you. You scrub it away. And your skin is basically naked. Use your hands gently or a soft sponge or cloth. That's enough. Fourth, moisturize right after you shower. This is the most important step. Within 3 minutes of drying off, while your skin is still full of water from the shower, put lotion all over your body, especially your shins, your back, your elbows. This step is even more important than the shower itself. You're rebuilding your skin barrier. Fifth, keep warm and prevent slips. Before you go into the bathroom, turn on a space heater so the room warms up. Put non-slip mats on the floor. Wear non-slip shower shoes. Install grab bars on the wall. That's not embarrassing. That's life-saving. And if you can, get a plastic shower chair. Sitting down to shower is infinitely safer than standing up. All right, so bathing is number 3. What's number 2? This one is so misunderstood that most people think it's a normal part of aging. They treat it like just another feature of getting older, but it's actually a sign that your body is breaking down. I'm talking about a steep drop in sleep quality. Notice I said quality, not just quantity. We've all heard the saying floating around at the senior center, at family dinners, among neighbors. Old people need less sleep. People think that as you age, sleeping 4 or 5 hours or even 3 or 4 hours is normal, that your body just doesn't need as much sleep anymore, like an old machine that doesn't need as much oil. And a lot of folks even comfort themselves by saying, oh, well, if I can't sleep, I'll just get up. Old people sleep less. If I'm not tired, that means I don't need it. Let me tell you as clearly as I can. That is absolutely wrong. That little saying is one of the most harmful pieces of advice I've ever seen. The truth from a medical and physiological standpoint is that older adults need just about the same amount of sleep as younger people to allow all your organs to repair themselves to keep your brain sharp and clear. You still need 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep per night. So why do so many older adults sleep less? It's not because their bodies don't need it, it's because their bodies can't get it anymore. That's not natural, that's a dysfunction, it's a sleep disorder caused by age-related changes in your body. It is absolutely not something to just accept as normal. Think of it this way, when you get older, your teeth might get weaker, you can't chew hard foods as well. Does that mean your body doesn't need protein anymore? Of course not. You still need protein, your body will lack it, and you will decline. Sleep is the same. If you can't get enough deep sleep, your body doesn't get the repair it needs. And aging speeds up like a runaway horse. So why does sleep affect aging so much? Why do I rank it ahead of bathing and say it's second only to what's coming next? Imagine your brain is a huge, busy, never-stopping city. During the day, when you're thinking, talking, watching TV, doing chores, every cell in that city is working hard. And whenever you work, you create trash. Your brain's metabolism creates a lot of waste. One of the most famous toxins it produces is called amyloid protein. You don't have to remember that name, but here's what you do need to remember. This gunk is one of the main causes of Alzheimer's disease, dementia, if that trash isn't cleared out. It sticks to your nerves like thick mud, blocks signals, and even kills brain cells. So who takes out the trash in your brain city? They have a very specific schedule. They only work when everyone is resting, when the city is quiet, which means when you are in deep sleep. Modern medical research has confirmed that when you go into deep sleep, a special lymphatic cleansing system in your brain activates. Your brain cells actually shrink a little, creating space. Then cerebrospinal fluid flows rapidly through those spaces, like a pressure washer, flushing out all those toxins, amyloid, tau protein, and others, washing them into your bloodstream, where your body can get rid of them. But if you have chronic poor sleep, trouble falling asleep, or you sleep but it's very light and any noise wakes you up, or you wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning and just lie there staring at the ceiling until sunrise, that means your brain's cleanup crew isn't working. Or they pull the truck out of the garage, they're about to start, and you wake up so they have to clock out and go home. What's the result? Trash piles up in your brain. The most direct consequence, the next day you feel foggy, like you're wearing a tight band around your head over time. Your memory gets dramatically worse. You forget things 2 seconds after you say them. You're holding your keys and looking for your keys. Your reactions get slower. Someone talks to you and it takes you a long time to respond. Your mood gets irritable, or you feel down and depressed. A lot of family members say, oh, dad's just getting cranky, or mom's personality is changing, but often that's not just aging, that's their brain soaking in its own garbage day after day. That's poisoning, and the damage from poor sleep doesn't stop at your brain. It's devastating to your whole body. Chronic sleep deprivation keeps your body in a constant state of stress. What does that mean? Your body feels like it's in grave danger. It thinks you're being chased by a tiger or living through a famine. To keep you alive, it pumps out stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. In the short term, those hormones can save your life. They make you alert and strong. But if they stay high for a long time, they become poison. First, they keep your blood pressure high. Normally, your blood pressure is higher during the day and lower at night, like a spoon shape. At night, your blood vessels relax, your blood pressure drops, and your heart gets a break. But if you can't sleep, your sympathetic nervous system stays active, your blood vessels stay tight. Can your blood pressure drop? No, a lot of stubborn, hard to control high blood pressure starts with poor sleep. Second, it completely messes up your blood sugar. Cortisol fights against insulin. It raises your blood sugar to give your body energy for that fight it thinks is coming. So many people with poor sleep have terrible blood sugar control, and they tend to gain weight, especially belly fat. That's stress-related obesity. Third, it causes low-grade chronic inflammation all over your body. Research shows that in older adults who consistently sleep less than 5 hours per night, inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein go way up. You can't feel this inflammation, it doesn't hurt. But it's like termites quietly eating the wooden frame of your house. It damages your blood vessel walls, speeds up the formation of arterial plaque. It attacks your joints and makes arthritis worse. It even accelerates muscle loss and bone fragility. You know that feeling you haven't done any heavy labor, but you just ache all over, everywhere feels wrong. You go to the doctor and they can't find anything specific. Often that's chronic inflammation from long-term poor sleep. That's your body crying for help. That's your body saying, I'm exhausted. And there's one more pattern I have to point out because it's so common. A lot of people don't sleep well at night. But during the day, they can't stay awake. They sit on the couch watching TV and they're snoring loudly in no time. They pick up a book and their head is nodding within minutes. And adult children see this and think, oh, that's fine. Mom and dad don't sleep much at night, but they nap during the day. It adds up to enough hours, right? Friends, that is a huge misunderstanding. Those daytime naps are fragmented, shallow sleep. The problem is it's very hard to get deep restorative sleep during those naps, so you're not getting the brain cleansing benefits. And on top of that, napping during the day uses up a chemical called adenosine. Adenosine builds up when you're awake and makes you feel sleepy. If you nap during the day and burn off that sleepiness, then at night when you really need to sleep, you're not tired at all. It's like eating a bunch of snacks before dinner. When dinner is served, are you still hungry? This creates a vicious cycle. Can't sleep at night, nap during the day. Can't sleep again at night, body gets worse and worse. So when you or a loved one starts having real trouble with sleep, difficulty falling asleep, waking up too early, or very poor sleep quality, that is an accelerator of aging being pushed hard. It's like stomping the gas pedal. Don't tough it out. Don't say, oh, I'm just old. You need to address it. Treat it like the medical condition it is. Here's what you can do. Simple things, free things that work. First, use light like natural sleeping medicine. Your brain has a pineal gland that makes melatonin to help you sleep, but melatonin production is controlled by light during the day. You absolutely have to get outside and get sunlight. Morning sun is best. Bright light hitting your eyes suppresses melatonin and also helps your body make serotonin. Then at night, that serotonin turns into melatonin. The more sunlight you get during the day, the more melatonin you make at night and the sleepier you feel. So many older adults stay inside in dim rooms all day. Curtains closed, their internal clock is broken. Of course, they can't sleep. Second move during the day, rest at night. Exercise builds sleep pressure. You have to drain the battery during the day so you can recharge at night. Even walking, tai chi, anything that gets you moving, but do your exercise during the day after 8 p.m. No vigorous activity. Otherwise, your body is too excited to settle down. Third, build a rock-solid sleep routine. Go to bed around the same time every night. An hour before bed, put your phone away. The blue light from your phone is a sleep killer. You can soak your feet in warm water. That sends blood to your feet, lowers your core body temperature, and helps you fall asleep. You can listen to boring, soothing white noise or soft music, read a few pages of a dull book. Tell your body it's time to shut down, time to rest. Fourth, don't let worrying about sleep become its own burden. A lot of people can't sleep because they're afraid they can't sleep. They lie in bed, keep checking the clock. Oh no, it's 2 a.m. Oh no, it's 3 a.m. The more you check, the more anxious you get, the higher your blood pressure goes, the more awake you become. Let me tell you, if you've been lying down for 20 minutes and you still can't sleep, get up, leave the bedroom, go sit in the living room, read something, go back to bed only when you feel sleepy. Your bed is for sleeping, not for stressing. Fifth, Watch out for loud snoring. If an older adult at home snores loudly and you notice that they often hold their breath for a long time, no sound, then a big gasp and a snort, friends, that's not sleeping well. That is sleep apnea. That is their brain choking for oxygen. This causes severe high blood pressure and increases the risk of sudden death at night. If you see this, they need to see a doctor. It needs to be treated. So here's the takeaway, friends. We need to protect our sleep like we protect our eyesight. A good night's sleep isn't just comfortable, it washes your brain, lowers your blood pressure, and recharges your immune system. Nothing, not ginseng, not bird's nest, not any fancy supplement, is more anti-aging than a solid 7 to 8 hours of deep sleep. Stop believing the myth that old people need less sleep. From today, take your sleep seriously, get those golden 8 hours back. When you wake up in the morning feeling refreshed, seeing clearly, feeling bright inside, you will feel aging slow down. That is our strongest weapon against time. All right, we've covered bathing at number 3 and sleep at number 2. Now let's finally uncover the most mysterious, most brutal, most overlooked number 1 driver of aging. Number 1 is not high blood pressure. It's not diabetes. It's not eating too much salt. It's not even lack of exercise. It is loneliness. I know when you hear that word, you might pause. You might even think, come on, doctor, that sounds a little far-fetched. Loneliness is just a bad mood. At worst, it's a psychological issue. How could it hurt your body more than real diseases? Please, don't underestimate loneliness. In modern medicine and psychology research, loneliness has been redefined as a chronic toxin that causes real physical damage to your body. There's a famous long-term study. They followed thousands of older adults for more than a decade. Here's what they found. The ones who reported intense ongoing loneliness had a death risk more than 20% higher than those with strong social connections. What does that number mean? It means loneliness is more harmful to your health than obesity. It is roughly equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes every single day. Why is loneliness so destructive? Let's look at it from a mind-body perspective. First, loneliness physically damages your immune system. Humans are social animals. For millions of years of evolution, being cast out of your group meant death. So when you feel lonely and disconnected, the most primitive part of your brain sounds a survival alarm to respond to that threat. Your body pumps out large amounts of cortisol over long periods of time. Cortisol can save your life in a crisis, but if it stays high for weeks and months, it becomes a poison. It suppresses your immune cells. Your resistance drops, you get more colds, more infections, even cancer risk increases at the same time. Cortisol directly damages the hippocampus, the part of your brain that handles memory. That speeds up the onset of dementia. Second, loneliness leads to a kind of active social withdrawal, and that is the beginning of a total physical collapse. A lot of people retire and it feels like their string has been cut. Before retirement, work forced you to socialize, coworkers, clients, bosses. You had to talk every day. But then retirement comes, your life slows down dramatically, your social circle shrinks. At first, it feels peaceful, quiet, nice, but over time the kids are busy and don't come home often. If you've lost a spouse or you and your spouse don't talk much anymore, your home becomes very, very quiet. Slowly you fall into a trap. The less you talk, the less you want to talk, the less you go out. The more you're afraid to go out, in this state, your spirit shrinks inward. Have you noticed that older adults who live alone without much social contact lose their language skills faster because talking isn't just opening your mouth. It requires your brain to quickly organize words, use logic, read someone's facial expressions, and react. That is serious. High-intensity brain exercise, when no one talks to you, that part of your brain just stops being used. It's like a machine that rusts when it doesn't run. Then, because you don't go out, your activity level drops, muscles atrophy, heart and lung function decline. You don't cook proper meals. Why bother? Nutrition suffers. That whole cascade starts with loneliness. I had a patient, let's call her Mrs. Lee. Her husband had passed away. Her daughter lived overseas. Her actual medical numbers were pretty good, no major diseases. But every time she came to see me, I could clearly see her aging at first. She would complain a little about aches and pains, then she talked less. Her eyes got dimmer. One day she told me, "Doctor, I just don't see the point anymore. There's no one breathing in my house. I turn on the TV all day just to hear a human voice." Within 2 years, Mrs. Lee caught a mild cold. It turned into pneumonia, and she passed away. The pneumonia wasn't the real killer. The real killer was that the light inside her had gone out. Her body had lost the will and the drive to fight back. That's the cruelty of loneliness. It's not a knife that cuts you and you bleed. It's a long, quiet, cold suffocation. And loneliness also leads older adults into a state of self-neglect. When a person feels unwanted and unnoticed, they often stop taking care of themselves. No one sees me anyway. Why shower? Why change clothes? No one's eating with me. Why cook? I'll just grab something. No one's calling me. Why wake up early? I'll just stay in bed. That negative mindset shows up in your body very quickly. Poor nutrition, poor hygiene, messed up routines, all of that speeds up aging. Now, some of you might be thinking, if loneliness is worse than cancer, what can we do about it? Our kids don't live nearby. Isn't loneliness just inevitable? Loneliness is real, but letting loneliness defeat you, that is a choice against this number one aging driver. Let me give you a few prescriptions, free but life-saving. First, learn to find joy and build new connections. Retirement is not the end of the road. It's the beginning of a different kind of life. You need to take the initiative. Find something that makes your eyes light up. Don't wait for your kids to call. They have their own struggles. Find friends in your neighborhood, at the park, in hobby groups. One of my patients, Mr. Wang, was also miserable when he first retired, felt useless. Then a neighbor dragged him to a photography class, and wow, he transformed. He walks around the park every day with his camera, looking for birds. Hell, sit for an hour to get one good shot. He talks with other photographers about settings and editing. Now he has friends, has engaged. This man is in his 70s, wearing a baseball cap and a fleece jacket, and he has more energy than people half his age. His blood pressure is stable, has even cut back on medications. Why? Because he has purpose. Someone listens to him. Someone appreciates his work. In that community, he has value. That psychological satisfaction is the best anti-aging medicine. So whether you like dancing, chess, fishing, or even just sitting on a bench arguing with neighbors, get out there. Human beings need the energy of other human beings. Even chatting with the produce guy at the grocery store, even saying hi to the security guard downstairs, those tiny social interactions stimulate dopamine in your brain and fight loneliness. Second, this is for the adult children watching. If there are younger people here, or if you're a son or daughter, please hear me. What your parents need most is not that expensive carton of milk or that name brand winter coat. They need your ears when your parents call you and talk about small, boring things. Stories you've heard 100 times, the price of vegetables, who had kittens. Please don't get annoyed. They're not boring you on purpose. They haven't talked to anyone in too long. They are desperate to connect with you, even if you're busy, just 10 minutes a day or a video call once a week. Listen patiently to what they're saying. Your response, your smile is like sunlight burning away loneliness for them. We need to help our parents feel needed, feel remembered. Third, watch out for hearing loss. This one is sneaky. It's so often overlooked. A lot of older adults start to lose their hearing. They can't follow conversations well. They're afraid of saying the wrong thing, of embarrassing themselves. So they slowly stop going out, stop socializing, and end up lonely and cognitively impaired. If you notice an older adult at home starting to talk very loudly, or turning the TV volume way up, or answering questions in ways that don't make sense, get their hearing checked, get hearing aids if needed. This isn't just about hearing sounds. This is about helping them stay in the conversation with the world. This is a crucial step in preventing loneliness and dementia. And finally, let's come back to movement. Even though I didn't rank it as number one or number two, it's still a very important foundation. A lot of people think retirement means taking it easy, resting, so they lie down instead of sit, and sit of stand. But friends, living a slower life does not mean not moving. Your body follows the principle of use it or lose it. Long periods of bed rest or sitting will make you lose muscle mass at an accelerated rate. Medicine calls this sarcopenia. Less muscle means your foundation is less stable. You fall more easily, your bones lose protection. And if you don't move, your blood circulation slows down, your organs get less oxygen, your metabolism slows, and you start to look puffy and tired. Even just walking a few hundred steps a day, even doing simple stretches in the sun on your balcony, even walking to the store or taking the dog around the block, that is fuel against aging. When your body moves, your mood improves, your sleep gets better. That's a positive cycle. So let me wrap this up. Friends, after all this, the core message is really simple. Aging in older adults does not happen suddenly one day. It happens little by little, starting when you stop talking, when you stop going out, when you stop sleeping well. We spend so much time staring at our wrinkles, our gray hair, worrying about whether we're showering enough or taking the right supplements, but we often miss the most important things. The things that truly speed up aging are the invisible neglect in our minds and in our daily behavior. Bathing at number 3. That's not unfair at all. Loneliness and poor sleep really do more damage. What truly slows down aging is never some magic pill. It's living with energy, with purpose, with rhythm. We need to strive for this. Something to do with our hands, someone to be with, good sleep at night, and laughter during the day. Your body and your heart are connected. If your heart doesn't feel old, if your spirit refuses to feel old, then aging will have a hard time catching you. I hope every single person watching this truly understands this message. We don't just want to live a long time, we want to live a long, healthy, joyful, connected time. If today's video spoke to your heart, if it cleared up some confusion for you, please give it a thumbs up, not just to support me, but so that the algorithm can push this video about loneliness to more people who need it, to more older adults who are struggling, to more adult children who are busy with work and haven't really seen what their parents are going through. And please forward this to your family group chat, your old friends group. Tell them don't just focus on showering, come out, talk, dance. That's the real anti-aging secret. I'm your family doctor and friend here to walk with you through the aging process and take care of both your body and your mind. I'll see you in the next video. I wish you warmth in your heart, strength in your body, and joy in your life. This is for educational purposes only. Always consult your own doctor before making changes if you're dealing with any health concerns. Please schedule a visit with your primary care doctor. I'm here to help you understand the science, not replace professional medical advice.